Alright guys, and we are back with another Dokkan battle video, and today we're gonna go ahead and look at the upcoming UI Goku, STR Goku, along with the Blue Fusions, as well as my favorite Big Bad Boss, Rose. And hopefully by the end of this video you'll get a chance to do a compare and contrast and determine whether you'll want to go ahead and summon or not for Goku, because as we know, the 5-year anniversary is around the corner. So let's just kind of get into it. So straight off the bat, UI Goku, the he was released through Twitter on Dokkan's Twitter, as far as the SA animations and also his card art, along with some pretty comprehensive information about the unit. The straight off the bat, we can see that he does not have an active skill. We don't know whether Akatsuki is holding off on releasing that final version. I know that it was data mined and then it was later kind of released, but and then obviously we had the French Dokkan leaker post the image of Beerus saying he's here or he's coming, which is obviously a nod to UI Goku in the anime during his first appearance. But anyway, let's kind of get into it. He's a dual category leader, Realm of Gods, category Ki +4, HP and attack and defense, plus 130%, or STR Ki +4, HP and attack and defense 100%. So if you're running a full STR type team, especially with Kaioken Blue Goku, very monstrous, disables enemy's guard and causes colossal damage and also mega colossal damage, right? And that's from his respective super attacks. Now let's kind of get into the passive skill. His attack and defense plus 77%, right? Great chance of evading enemy's attack, including super attacks, for 7 turns from the start of turn, right? And that great chance is 70% chance. And then it's a high chance of evading enemy's attack, including super attack, starting from the 8th turn. So interestingly enough, it drops, which is really weird. I would have assumed it would be the other way around, right? Kind of like how in UI Goku, once he transforms after the 30% HP restriction, he just starts evading like crazy. Here in this case, he starts evading high, and then it kind of tapers off. So that's really weird. Not sure why they decided to do that. Plus an additional Ki +1 up to 7 Ki, and attack and defense 11%, so up to 77% with each attack evaded. So if you decide I'm gonna go ahead and invest in his hidden potential, I'm gonna invest some additionals, then sorry, not additionals, evasion, then you'll be able to stack up his Ki and his attack and defense percentage. So pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. The only thing that kind of makes me a little bit uncomfortable is this 8th turn 50% chance reduction, right? I mean 20% chance, right? Going from 70% to 50% kind of makes me a little bit uneasy. Just because for UI Goku, I would have assumed that it'd be the other way around. That the longer, and as we saw in the anime, the longer that he stayed in the UI form, the more comfortable he started getting in that form, and thus he started, his dodging became much more sharper, his attacks were more powerful, which led him to become MUI. So really weird. Not sure why they decided to do that, but Anyway, his link skills are Kamehameha, prepare for battle, godly power over in a flash, tournament of power, fierce battle, and legendary power. Category Realm of Gods, Universe Survival Saga, Pure Saiyans, representatives of Universe 7, Goku's family, and Kamehameha. All pretty like meta teams at the moment. So pretty cool. The other thing bearing in mind is that you are able to farm his super attack. However, it is interestingly enough of a grind. This card does not drop automatically from the event that he comes from. You have to get him from this card. So you have to attain 10 of these Gokus, right? 10 of these Gokus, then get him from SR to SSR, then Dokkan awaken him to this art, right? This form, then you are him, and then you're then able to feed him into this Goku. So honestly, that's a bit of a grind that I don't know if I really want to get into, but I mean, to each their own. So we're gonna move on and go into Blue Vegito, and in this case, I'm gonna go ahead. He both fusions actually transform quite easily, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go into their fused form. I mean their fused form, their blue form. So looking at the leader skill, dual leader skill for both. So I'm gonna go ahead and, for the sake of time, I'm gonna go ahead and go over Vegito, which in this case is the same thing as far as Gogeta. There's just small nuances that are different, and I'll go over that in a minute. So Vegito is last resort or Potara category key plus 3, HP and attack and defense 150%. Same thing for Gogeta, except Gogeta is fusion instead of Potara. But pretty much the same thing. Same thing as far as for the super attacks. You raise attack and defense for 1 turn, and you cause colossal damage. Same thing if you do the 18 plus key, then you cause mega colossal damage, and you raise only defense for 1 turn. Now this is where there's a small nuance between Vegito and Gogeta, right? Everything for the most part stays the same. There's attack and defense 77% at the start of turn. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to UI Goku, and it's pretty much the same, right? Except that this is like at the start of turn. Key plus 2 launches an additional super attack plus an additional key plus 1 and attack and defense 7% with each attack performed, right? And it stacks up to 5. Let's see, key up to 5 plus 5, and attack and defense up to 77% as the first or second attacker in the turn, right? So that means that I would have, if I get up to the max of 77%, that means I would have had to attack 11 times. But that's again if he's the first or second slot in that turn, right? Launches an additional super attack and high chance of evading enemy's attack as a third attacker in the turn. High chance is again 50%, so it's a 50-50 chance. The small nuance here is with Gogeta, everything's the same, right? Everything's the same except he is effective against all types as the first or second attacker in the turn. So very interesting enough, he will be effective against everyone. So that's pretty cool. Both active skills are the same, with only the name and the exception, right? Ultimate Kamehameha for Gogeta and Final Kamehameha for Vegito greatly raises attack temporarily, right? So raises it by 50% during that attack and causes ultimate damage to the enemy. Can be activated when facing only one enemy whose HP is 50% or less, starting from the next attacking turn. Okay, so definitely very, very useful in the Legendary Goku event. Not necessarily, they these two guys, you know, you can run them on SBR, on Super Battle Road, but I just feel like Int Goku is better in Super Battle Road. At least, obviously, for the Realm of Gods team, right? So, because there's no like, with the passive skill for the Blue Fusions, you have to be facing one enemy. Whereas here, there's not necessarily that kind of a restriction, and you're also kind of looking at end game at long game for UI Goku. So interestingly enough, now, final verdict. My verdict is just that my. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and pass him up. Into UI Goku, it's pretty impressive. And again, we haven't seen a lot either that has been released as far as like some of the final numbers and all that kind of stuff. Like we kind of have all this stuff, but I mean, I really want to see him in action in order for me to determine, like, okay, these are enough. This is enough for me to say I'm gonna go ahead and spend my stones. However, I do want people to bear in mind this is typical Akatsuki Bandai move, right? This is literally right before the hype of the 5 year anniversary, and we're looking at them sucking up as much stones out of you as possible because they want to make sales. So keep that in mind. Now, this bad boy, if anyone is interested in just the fact that Rose is the, you know, possibly to me, I just feel like he was such a great arc that he plays such a great villain in such a great arc, and really, I mean, there was a couple things in the anime that just kind of, like, the power scaling was kind of weird and it wasn't really, savory. It still was great. We went from Battle of Gods, Golden Frieza, and then we went into this, and this really went on a darker tone, and that's kind of really what I liked. I really liked kind of how this had that dark tone that like the Boo Saga had, right? I felt it would sell, but there was still a lot of vibrancy in the art, in the anime art. There was still, even though there was this whole like I'm gonna destroy the Earth, at the end of the Cell games, it still didn't feel like I just felt like Cell was just. I don't know if he necessarily would have destroyed the Earth in that sense, right? Boo, however, it was just like monstrous. He just wanted to just rip the universe apart, right? And Rose, in this sense, I felt was kind of along the same, not necessarily along the same lines, but it's just kind of like, let me just get rid of all the mortals and let me be God. And I thought that was just such a great art. So more so as a fanboy to me, I'm gonna kind of go through him. He's a dual category leader, very similar to UI Goku, right? As far as he also has a type leader or a type category, right? So in UI Goku is STR, Rose is Int, okay, and they pretty much look the same, right? 130%, 100%, and 130%, 100%. Now, greatly raises the defense for one turn and causes colossal damage. Greatly raises defense for one turn and causes mega colossal damage. So again, very powerful. Attack and defense plus 66%, plus an additional attack 6% per key meter bar up, right? Up to 120%. So, like, Rose is monstrous, right? And this is just himself. We're not pairing him up, like, we're just looking at this just right now. We haven't paired him up with Int Goku Black. We haven't paired him up with AGL Zamasu. We haven't paired him up with Tech Easy Aid Fuse Zamasu. Like, This guy is monstrous. Now when we start pairing them up, whew, baby. Key +2 with each final blow delivered. So really good in super battle road, right? Where you're facing multiple enemies, then you're able to stack up key up to six key, right? So that's great. Or even the world tournament if you decide to take a Realm of Gods or a Future Saga team. Recovers 6% HP at the end of the turn in which the attack was received. So black has to take damage and then be able to recover HP. Like, it's a weird thing, but I mean, I get it. He does have an active skill. He goes into rage mode. Can be activated when the HP is 66% or less, starting from the sixth turn of the start of battle once only. So 666. More so a homage, right? This is the only thing that I don't like about Rose is that there's this weird restriction. There's this weird HP restriction and turn restriction in order for this to take place. So different from UI Goku, where we don't have those kind of restrictions other than, kind of a weird evasion drop percentage. But, we don't have any of that. Just straight off the bat, in UI Goku, it's pretty impressive. I would even say that if I was presented with either black or Int UI Goku, I would go Int UI Goku. If I were presented to do the two blue fusions and Int UI Goku, I would go the blue fusions. So bear that in mind. These guys are higher value not just as units, but their banner as well. If their banner stays the same, which I anticipate it should, then these guys have such a more comprehensive, package or deal for the package, right? When you roll for these guys, you're gonna get more than just them. I mean, you've got AGL, AGL Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. You've got Int Cell. You've got the original LR fusions. So that's really great to see because I know some people don't have any of the LR fusions, so either of the two. So really, really, really big, great bang for your buck. This one, I'm gonna be honest, I have a feeling this is gonna be a legend, which it just makes sense. He's gonna be a legendary banner, and legendary banners have trash rates. Okay, so not very impressive. So there you have it. I would go ahead and still suggest blue fusions over UI Goku, and if you had allotted a certain amount of stones for Rose, and you say, for example, I am currently sitting on 1,700 stones, right? In this case, I plan to go ahead and use 1,500 stones for these two fusions, right? Don't know if I'll get either one of them, but at least I know based off of the banner, I'm going to get some pretty high quality units, right? So I'm going to chase these guys, but I'm also going to be able to get some amazing units. This banner, even though he's featured with the Broly trio, it's a top legendary banner. So again, it's still a legendary banner. Legendary banners are not that great. So I would go ahead and cut this guy out. I would go ahead and use maybe about 80% of my stones on these two and the other 20 on this. If you're a free-to-play player, do not summon. Do not whatsoever. Stay strong for the blue fusions. That is a given. However, if you are a pay-to-play player, then go ahead and summon. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the schedule real quick, so that you guys can see. This is literally a Bandai trying to pull one under us in order for us to try to drain our stones. So at the current moment, we still have the Vegeta, the Majin Vegeta, and the Goku Super Saiyan 3 banner. And at the time, right before the fusions, I mean, these were still going on, and I presume that some people were still dropping stones. But we also had the Tanabana banner, right? We had and I think it was a two rotation too. So you were able to do a one rotation and then another, and you were guaranteed two LRs. You were guaranteed some pretty comprehensive units for the entire role. I was able to get another dupe for my LR Frieza and Goku. But you're looking at these guys. This is 200 stones. So if you did both rolls, so again, if I'm not mistaken, it was two rolls. You're looking at you are looking at sorry, 400 stones, right? And even then, I mean, you've got Namek Goku, you've got AGL Zamasu, you've got physical Piccolo, Trunks, Gogeta, which if I'm not mistaken, I think I got my last dupe for Gogeta, and I was able to rainbow him. And then I actually got my first copy of Broly. So really, really good units. And then we've got some kind of like outdated ones, but we expect some of these to start getting easy aid. I anticipate that some of the upcoming EZAs will actually include maybe like, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Hopefully they'll EZA. Let's see, who else can they EZA? I mean, they already EZA'd. They EZA'd him. They EZA'd him. I think so. I don't remember. Him. I don't remember if they EZA'd him. I think if I'm not mistaken, they EZA'd STR Omega Shenron. Yes, they EZA'd Gohan. They EZA'd Broly. Kaioken. They EZA'd all of these. Oh, wow. Did they EZA physical cooler? I don't remember. Well, anyway. So there you have it. You've got 200 stones that you would have spent there, and then that's literally right before the 5-year anniversary, right? This is around the time that they started creeping in with the tickets. And people were freaking out. They were like, "Where's the 55th ticket? Where's the other 23 tickets that are missing?" and so on. And people were freaking out. This is when this was creeping, and the hype was fever pitch. So in this sense, global, Bandai is doing the most they can so that they can milk us right before the 5-year anniversary. As a matter of fact, let's kind of look at what the banners are offering in this sense, right? So we've got Bardock, we've got Gogeta, Int, Cell, Broly, Gogeta again. Then you've got the original LR Gogeta, yeah, and then Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, who I cannot wait for them to EZA. Then the Int Gogeta, in case you don't have the STR one. And then you've got Omega Shenron. Is this Omega Shenron? Or Sin? Oh, Sin. Sin Shenron, and then Int Janemba, who both. Did Int Janemba get an EZA? I want to say he did. Woken. Well, whatever. I want to say he did, but anyway. So that's that one. Let's go ahead and take a look at Vegetos. And then you're looking at Rage Trunks, or like not Rage Trunks, but kind of this Trunks, this really mad Trunks, who becomes Trunks in my again, which So does that mean like I can't run my STR Trunks anymore? Really frustrating. But anyway, Vegito, AGO Gohan, Zamasu, Trunks, and then transforming Buu. And then you've got the Int Vegito, the physical Vegito, and then the recently Easy 8 Tech Zamasu, as well as physical Vegito. So pretty cool. I do not anticipate in this top summon banner for this UI Goku to appear. Keep that in mind. I do not anticipate it. Okay, so if you think I'm gonna go ahead and skip it UI Goku so that I can go ahead and pull him from here, I don't think it's happening. I might be wrong, but I really highly doubt it. I'm hoping that I can get the Tech Broly that I'm missing, but other than that, I don't know if I would even want to go ahead and summon on this compared to this. But there you have it, folks. If you're free to play, stay with the Blue Fusions. If you're pay to play, then go ahead and summon. But everyone, just hope you found this informative, and I hope that you've made a decision. And if you do go ahead and summon, then go ahead and drop on the comment section if you ended up getting him or not. And I hope I catch you on the socials. I hope I catch you on Reddit, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and seeing if you guys went ahead and pulled him. And I would be happy for you. I'd be celebrating with you. So cool. Well, stay safe, everyone. Hope this was informative, and stay safe. Peace.